What is going on, guys? You're listening to the Wrestling Rocks. I'm Blake Carter, joined by Kyle Lepore, and welcome to another news story, Wrestling Rocks. This will involve 4 superstars, and the first superstar we're going to be talking about is Luke Harper. Luke Harper has torn his ACL. It's not been public on what and when it was torn, but it broke earlier today that he tore his ACL and will be out 6 to 12 months. So, Kyle, does this hurt the Wyatt family?
That's definitely a big hit to the Wyatt family because that's their go-to guy. Like if it's a singles match where Bray Wyatt's not in it, who do you put in? You put in Luke Harper. If it's a tag team match for the Wyatt family, like a 2-1-2, who do you put in? You put in Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt or something. He's definitely like their top guy, and it might not seem like a big deal to some people, but that definitely is a big deal. Not seeing him will definitely, in my opinion, hurt the Wyatt family. I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be really weird seeing just 3 of them come out.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt has a back injury. Luke Harper was their go-to guy in the ring. So this will be very interesting to see what the Wyatt family does. We're more likely just going to see more promos from them. So, not a lot to talk about there, but we're going to move on to Kurt Angle. World Wrestling Entertainment did not sign Kurt Angle because of drinking. This is from the Inquisitor. And it says, when asked recently during an interview about a potential return to WWE, Kurt Angle acknowledged and confirmed that the two sides have met for negotiations. But Angle feels that the return didn't happen because of his drinking issues. None of the meetings ended up with a new contract being signed. That led to the internet wrestling community to speculate of the possible reasons of why WWE would not bring someone as talented and popular as Kurt Angle back into the fold. So, the drinking issues, I could see why they didn't sign him, but we don't know all the people on the roster, what they have to go through and what they go. I know that Shawn Michaels had a very, very big problem with drugs. Road Dogg had a problem. Roddy Piper had a drinking and drug problem. So, is it smart for the WWE not even to offer him?
I mean, I don't know if it's smart. I do understand it's a liability for them to do that because of what could possibly happen, of whether it's just coming to the training center in the ring if he does show up drunk, that kind of thing. But I think Kurt Angle is more of a professional where he knows that wouldn't happen. He's been doing this forever. He's one of the greatest of all time, honestly.
The only gold medalist.
Exactly, the only gold medals of all time, and he's definitely earned that right in the ring, on the mat, doesn't matter. I honestly think they should have maybe looked past it or given him more of a chance. I don't know. It's definitely their loss, but I mean, Kurt Angle also is up there in age, so I don't know. It's a balance of should he sign with them, should he retire? I'm not sure.
Right. So the article continues, says many were under the impression that Kurt Angle and Triple H have backstage issues that are still lingering. Despite not being in the same company for years now, Triple H still harbors ill will toward Angle. 2 of them were considered rivals back when Kurt was wrestling for the WWE, and Hunter, or Triple H, or Paul, was a full-time performer. Oftentimes in the business, when you are rivals on screen, you develop a bit of a rivalry backstage as well. This might not actually be the case. Kurt Angle might have been complimentary of Triple H when asked about his former rival. The fact that he's willing to be in the same company again shows that he doesn't have a ton of resentment towards Triple H. On the flip side, Hunter has changed quite a bit, becoming more involved backstage. He now holds the position of Vice President of World Wrestling Entertainment. He's going to do what's best for the business, such as signing popular performers to appease the fans. So, one of the main reasons Kurt Angle left the WWE, and he said it in a video, was because of how much time he had to deal with and how much he had to wrestle. And, he never got a break, and TNA Dixie Carter apparently said that he could have all the breaks that he would want. He didn't have to show up 24/7. So, if it is backstage issues, and this is why Triple H won't sign him, does it show that Kurt Angle, or, that he shows favoritism, and just because they have issues, you won't sign him as childish? Does this look childish?
I think for sure. I mean, if it is backstage issues, which it could be, it could not be, we're not sure, then it definitely is childish because Triple H has to see, especially from the best for business standpoint, Kurt Angle is like one of the best people that he could sign for his company. It would definitely be beyond best for business to have Kurt Angle back in the company. The return, him coming back, have the biggest pop in a really long time. It would be amazing to see. As old, even though he is up there in age, he's still that amazing Kurt Angle that we know and love, and he could still be that amazing Kurt Angle that we had in past WWE. So it definitely is childish if that's the issue. Maybe it's not, but they should definitely sign him if it's a possibility.
Once again, the article continues, and it says others believe that Kurt Angle was not healthy enough to work in the WWE again, which I could see. He's had a lot of neck issues, and the article continues, since concussions have become a major issue in the world of sports, management has had to take extra precautions toward the well-being of the performers. WWE was even hit with a couple of lawsuits from former performers who claimed they were severely injured while working for the company. Angle has suffered a multitude of injuries over the years. The majority of fans who believe Kurt Angle is not healthy enough for the WWE has never seen his medical charts. Most aren't even qualified physicians. Many can't even name all the injuries that Kurt Angle has suffered over the years. WWE has never mentioned health issues with Kurt when asked about bringing him back on board. So, during an interview with the World with the World According to Wrestling, okay, now I see. Kurt Angle revealed that he had been arrested 4 times during a 5-year stretch. The reasons for those arrests because he has a tendency to drive while drinking. Well, TNA helped Angle to rehab. According to Kurt, he has cleaned up since then. Well, by this article, it looks like the major spot could be because he has a drinking problem. He might say that he's clean, but, all it takes is one day. All it takes is one drink. I love Kurt Angle. I love his theme song. I love everything about him. Very technical wrestler. But if he doesn't get signed by the WWE, I don't think it hurts the WWE. If the drinking is the issue, then we could, and if the internet keeps blowing up about it, we could see some words exchanged. Then again, we might not. Who knows? So let's move on. Randy Orton is the next person we're going to be talking about today. Randy Orton has been rumored to return next month. So, the Legend Killer, or the Viper, will be returning next month. So, are there any concerns about Randy Orton returning, Kyle?
I mean, there might be concerns. I'm not sure. I mean, some people, it depends, honestly, how he comes back, if he comes back as face or heel. I think, personally, he should definitely come back as a heel. I think that'd be great for him. That's always been amazing for him. If you look at his career in the past of his heel versus face, he's always been a better face. He's always had more of, a better overall career as a heel than as a face. And people are not going to like if he comes back as a face. Do people cheer for him? Yes. But the feuds weren't as good, the rivalries weren't as good, and where he was at, even in general, in the title picture, wasn't as good. So if he does come back, if that rumor is true, I'm praying he comes back as a heel.
Yeah. According to SE Scoops, Randy Orton is set to make his return in late April, early May. The idea is that he could return closer to the next pay-per-view, which would allow WWE to have yet another major star to use. Orton is set to take part in the VIP WrestleMania Access next week, which we will not be to, of course. And will be signing autographs and talking to fans. On top of that, he is scheduled for the Middle East Film Comic-Con in Dubai from April 7th to April 9th. So, if he does return, like you've said, he needs to return as heel. He needs to stay as heel. Let's be honest, he's not that good of a face.
Yeah, exactly. He's just not meant to be. He started his career in Evolution as a heel. He was the Legend Killer, taking out legends like Mick Foley, that kind of thing, laying them out, all that stuff. And he had an amazing career. Then he went face for a while, came back as heel, had a rivalry with Triple H, held the WWE title, all that great stuff. He had an amazing heel career. And his face career pales in comparison completely. He didn't do much. He had a bunch of stupid rivalries. And if he comes back as a heel, he's going to be, I can see him being that young Randy Orton again. Either way, I am excited to see him, but I'm praying he comes back as a heel. He really needs to.
And with the final story, the Icon Sting is back in headlines. As TMZ reported a couple weeks ago now, that Sting said that he was going to retire. Sting has come out to say, I'm not saying that this is inaccurate, talking about his retirement. I'm agreeing there is probably spinal stenosis or cervical spinal stenosis. I have had certain doctors tell me, so many athletes of all ages, they've got this. They deal with it to some degree or another. I had one doctor here tell me, you're fine, you're okay, you don't have anything to worry about. And then the wrestlers say, I'd see this doctor. No, I'd see this one over there. I'm telling you, it's just craziness. I'm thinking, as long as I'm feeling good, why am I going to do anything? And the one thing everyone has said is don't go under the knife unless you absolutely have to, end quote. So, more speculation that Sting will not retire and that he hasn't announced his retirement and that he is not technically retired. Now, probably asking yourself, what does this mean? We'll see Sting in the ring again? Probably not. Probably won't see Sting in the ring again. He said that the one person he wants to wrestle at WrestleMania is The Undertaker. But we have the possibility of, this one being the last one for The Undertaker with the announcement on Monday. So, I'm kind of looking at this as just plain drama. How do you feel about this article and this whole Sting retiring stuff keeping on going?
Yeah, I do agree with that. I definitely think it's drama, and I understand he wants to get in the ring and wrestle The Undertaker, WrestleMania, that kind of thing, and I think, honestly, I could be wrong, I think it's really fueled by how he went out at Night of Champions. He really did not go out the way he wanted to go out. Whether he was going to win the match or not, he went out by an injury and it wasn't even supposed to happen. How the match ended wasn't even supposed to happen at all, and I think, honestly, that's what's fueling him not wanting to retire. He really, in my opinion, does need to. There's nothing more he needs to do at all. He's done everything here. He's been around for so long. He really should just retire, in my opinion. I understand wanting to wrestle. He's been doing this his whole life, pretty much, and that's great. But he's 56 years old. He has a family to think about. He could kill himself doing this if he gets back in the ring. I don't foresee him getting back in the ring, whether he says he retires or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he should go back into the ring. I think that this should end, and this is just another reason why I don't like TMZ, because TMZ, when they report stuff, it's either going to get someone in a lot of trouble, as in the Ray Rice case, or it's going to get where someone's, on the social media and is going to be on the main news, the big time news, what we're having with Sting, where everyone, they're going on saying that he said that he's going to retire, but Sting's coming out saying, no, I'm not going to retire. It just leaves a lot of confusion and a lot of questions that need to be answered. So, that will do it for this episode, or not even episode, but for this news story. Be sure to listen to the next big thing. Just recorded that, and that will be up tonight. So, as always, before we go, be sure to follow our social media pages on Twitter, twitter.com/WrestlingRock, and on Facebook. All you gotta do is search Wrestling Rocks for the Side of Geek. Hit that like button. If you are enjoying what you are listening to, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss another show. Monday nights are the Monday Night Review. Thursday is the next big thing. Next week's going to be a very hectic week. A lot of content. Monday night, we're going to have the Monday Night Review. Wednesday, actually, we're going to have Kyle fly in to Texas. Thursday, we're going to have the next big thing. Friday, we're going to have our prediction show and after show for NXT TakeOver Dallas. Saturday, we'll have the Hall of Fame show, and Sunday will be WrestleMania. A lot of content for you guys, and I cannot wait. So, for Kyle, I am Blake Carter. Until next time.